几万箱的，都被丢进垃圾桶了。
Hi there everyone, this is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth, and something very, very wrong is happening, and it's certainly not by accident, folks. Now the clip that you just saw was a video clip that I had come across on Twitter. Not a lot of context, so I recently tweeted, this needs more context, but at any rate, something very, very wrong is going on in Shanghai, and indeed, as we can see from the clips here, massive amounts of what looks to be fruits and vegetables are being destroyed, possibly by the tons, as these workers here are just dumping it into bins and dumpsters. Now, as I said, more context is needed because this, at this stage in the game, might not have anything to do with COVID. It could be a case of a salmonella outbreak or something like that. It could be a case of just supply chain issues, breakdowns causing the, low shelf life fruit and vegetables to have to be destroyed of early. But when you consider that there's other clips out there like this one, it really makes you think twice. Take a look at this. So there we see the authorities in Shanghai clearly destroying fresh produce directly from people's backyards. This is just absolutely insane that they seem to be manufacturing this food crisis. And this is why I bring this to your attention, because I do believe we are heading towards massive global food shortages. I mean, why do you think that Bill Gates is currently the largest private owner of farmland in all of the United States? The man who thinks 10 years in advance on certain agendas. Well, because he's aware of what's coming, folks, and it is coming, and it's certainly not going to be by accident. And, we always have to look to the China model. I've been saying this for over a decade now, that China is often the blueprint for what we can expect to soon come here to the West. So it's incredibly important that we continue to pay attention to these things that are going on. That, as I said, and as we have in the title of this video, is certainly not by accident. Now, shifting gears a little bit, I want to point out something else that is certainly not by accident, and this is just wild, and it needs to be exposed. And I'm going to briefly talk a little bit about the Libs of TikTok Twitter account. Now, if you're not familiar with this, this is a Twitter account that has recently gained a lot of attention. It's called Libs of TikTok. Basically, it goes through TikTok video feeds looking for these extreme left-leaning liberals who are essentially trans activists and LGBTQ community spokespeople, and also who happen to be people who work very closely with children. And this account began to show how they are sexualizing young children, unbeknownst to a great extent to the parents. So this account has been exposing this. Now, recently, a reporter for, I think it's the Washington Post, I believe, we'll look at the article, has recently doxed the creator and owner of the Libs TikTok Twitter account, meaning they publicly published this person's name and home address, something that could obviously be very, very dangerous. Now, it begs the question, why would they want to dox this person? What is it that this person is saying that the Washington Post is going to have their own reporter come out and call this person such a bad person? Well, let's take a quick look at this Libs of TikTok Twitter account, at some of the recent things that they've been posting, which has led to the termination of some people from their jobs, and why this reporter is saying they need to be doxxed. And I think you may start to understand what exactly they're protecting here. And I will warn you, some of the clips we're gonna see have very disturbing content, but this is why this Twitter account exists, so that you guys know that this disturbing content is being pushed on your children. So if we take a look at the Libs of TikTok account, we see, for example, I'm just scrolling down here, we got this one. The left is upset that I called a woman teaching sex education to children a predator. Obviously, no context was provided. It's referring to this video of a woman who wants to teach toddlers to masturbate. And the left is defending this. And this is, you know, this is real. This is not, you know, some made up joke. This person is legit saying this and teaching this to children. Here's the clip the Twitter account exposed.
That's how we should, you know, like, get down with yourself, explore your own body. Masturbation is really healthy, and I recommend it to people of all ages. All ages. As soon as my nephews could talk, they were doing that. That's what they were doing. Kids touch themselves. Kids start to ask questions, and we teach them the language for their bodies, right? That's your nose, touch your nose, show Aunt T, you can touch your nose. But my sister's not saying that when they're tugging at their penis, right? But it feels good, right? We have to learn ways to talk to young people about this so that they know how to explore their body consensually so that it's not in public, right? We don't want people exploring their bodies in public. That's not consensual. But exploring your body at any age, grandmas, grandpas, all of us need to be exploring our bodies.
And if that one wasn't bad enough, guys, we have this here. This is an example of an educator who lost their job after I posted their own video. A professor who wants to destigmatize pedophilia. This is who the left is defending. So here is a non-binary assistant professor at the Old Dominion University. And you know what? University kids are young, you know? I remember when I was young, looking up to them, I thought they were like so grown up and full-blown adults. And now when I look at kids in high school and even university, they're just young pups. I mean, they really are young, impressionable minds who are having this type of stuff taught to them in schools. Get a load of this one.
Thanks so much for that question. I use the term minor attracted person, or MAP, in the title and throughout the book for multiple reasons. First of all, because I think it's important to use terminology for groups that members of that group want others to use for them. And MAP advocacy groups like Before You Act have advocated for use of the term MAP. They've advocated for it primarily because it's less stigmatizing than other terms like pedophile. A lot of people, when they hear the term pedophile, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender. And that isn't true, and it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attractions toward minors. I've definitely heard the idea that you brought up, though, that the use of the term minor attracted person suggests that it's okay to be attracted to children. But using a term that communicates who someone is attracted to doesn't indicate anything about the morality of that attraction.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable that they're essentially making an excuse for pedophilia and just saying, you know, oh, it's only fair to call them MAPs or whatever that acronym was. It's just ridiculous. But this, again, begs the question, why is the Washington Post trying to dox this person for exposing this stuff? Well, as we see here from the New York Post, Washington Post backs Taylor Lorenz over doxing of libs of TikTok. The Washington Post came out in support of its internet culture beat reporter Taylor Lorenz after she came under fire on social media for allegedly doxing the woman behind the controversial Twitter account Libs of TikTok. Taylor Lorenz is a diligent and accomplished journalist whose reporting methods comport entirely with the Washington Post's professional standards, the Post senior managing editor Cameron Barr said in a statement. There you have it. They are fully supporting this woman for doxing this other woman who is exposing literal pedophiles and sexual predators. Again, you have to ask yourself, why is that being defended? It's just so crazy that this is where we're at in 2022. I also came across something equally as disturbing when it comes to what children are being taught in schools. And at first I thought, this can't be real. But I looked into it, and indeed it is. Check this out, guys. Film 3000 porn. This is something you can get 2 credits for in college. Hardcore pornography is as American as apple pie and more popular than Sunday night football. Our approach to this billion-dollar industry is as both a cultural phenomenon that reflects and reinforces sexual inequalities, but holds the potential to challenge sexual and gender norms, and as an art form that requires serious contemplation. We will watch pornographic films together and discuss the sexualization of race, class, and gender as an experimental, radical art form. This isn't a joke. This is college and universities now. This is what they're teaching young, impressionable minds. It's absolutely disgusting. And the really crazy part about this is a lot of people aren't going to really bat an eye about this. They're not going to think it's a big deal. But I do. I sure as heck hope you do as well. Please click that thumbs up button and get this video out there. You know, we're being treated like this elite can just walk all over us. I mean, here's a classic old clip that really kind of puts it into perspective of, you know, what exactly we're dealing with. But I want to end this one a little bit more on a more of a positive note, guys. I do want you to share all the information that we've talked about in this video, but let's end this one on a little bit more of a positive note. Here is a clip of Justin Trudeau admitting to his mental disability and mental capability incapability of doing simple basic math. Check this out.
I have a little confession to make. I have a slight learning disability. I am dysnumeric. What that means is I have an inability to handle small numbers and little calculations, those easy things that people do so well. 13 plus 14. 27? Under pressure, it's even worse. So, I mean, if I pick up numbers and try to do it, 2 plus 3 minus 1 times 2 minus 4 plus 2. How many people followed that?
So there you have it, folks. Justin Trudeau is an idiot. That's why, you know, he was simply just a drama teacher in school. You know what they say, those who don't teach gym or drama. But that's Trudeau for you. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring all this to your attention, in particular what's happening in Shanghai, because of the importance of, you know, following the blueprint that is the New World Order experiment in China, because I do think some of this is coming here to the West. Global food shortages are coming, and right now they're just trying to figure out how people are going to deal with such a thing and how they are going to deal with those people. It's going to be a lot harder to do in the US with so many people armed, unlike they are in China. A little easier to do in Canada because we're not quite as armed as those in the US. But at any rate, something to pay attention to, ladies and gentlemen. Also, just wanted to bring to your attention what's going on with the Libs of TikTok Twitter account. The fact that they are doing good work exposing real sexual predators and pedophiles, and now the likes of the Washington Post are doxing them for this. That should be a huge red flag for you, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, wanted to bring this one to your attention. If you appreciate my efforts to do that, please don't forget to click that thumbs up button and share this video with all your friends and family who you think need to see it the most. And don't forget to check me out at pressfortruth.ca/donate. If you appreciate my efforts there, you can do a one-time donation with PayPal, you can do Bitcoin, you can do other cryptocurrencies. You could sign up for a monthly recurring contribution on Subscribestar, or you can also do so right here on the website. You can also send an e-transfer to dan@pressfortruth.ca, or you can keep it old school by sending cash or checks or equipment, or simply just words of encouragement to my P.O. box. Links are located for all that in the description below, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here today. That's all for today. Once again, don't forget to click that thumbs up button, share this video, and stay tuned. We're going to have more video reports coming very soon. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free, free, free.